Okay, now really, WWE is, even though the draft is going on, like, they usually don't release people until a few weeks after the draft. Now, what they are doing, though, is before the draft, they are releasing a bunch of superstars. I think they probably did this a few years ago, but doesn't really matter now. But, let's see who the fuck got released, because I talked about it, I think, yesterday. It's, kind of sad. But, I mean, some of these releases are kind of necessary, but some of them are kind of retarded. And what I mean by retarded is the first 3 names. 2 are retarded, 1 kind of makes sense. Mickie James got released. That's actually a big shock to the Divas division, to be honest. It's a big blow to the Divas division, because not only was Mickie James probably the only one at the time that could break Trish Stratus's women title reign streak, but it also means that I don't really know if there was a reason for it, but it could have been, excuse me, it could have been because maybe what she said on a website about her album or whatever, or I don't really know why they got rid of Mickie James, to be honest. It was a stupid decision from the WWE. Mickie James probably had a few more runs in her, as title reigns in her. It's stupid to me that they get rid of a talented diva like Mickie James. But then again, this also gives them, get WWE to push the SmackDown divas a little more, give them a little more exposure. And hell, even the Raw divas, because Mickie James could have been directed to Raw for all we know. And that would have been pretty cool, to be honest, but oh well. Now, Katie Lee Burchill being released kind of makes sense, because Paul Burchill was released maybe a few weeks, maybe a few months ago. And I mean, she was going to go soon anyway, because they don't really use her as much as they should. But then again, they have probably a billion divas they could use. But they haven't used Katie Lee as much ever since they went to Raw, so this kind of makes sense. Now, Shelton Benjamin being released is retarded in my book, because Shelton Benjamin is one of the most talented athletes in all of professional wrestling. And it's sad because Shelton Benjamin actually had talent, actually had that passion, actually had that thing you need to get that one step closer to becoming a champion. And it kind of puts to rest the world's greatest tag team. Charlie Haas and Shelton Benjamin are now both released. Charlie Haas was released a month ago, but now Shelton Benjamin's gone, and that kind of fucks it up. He would be a great pick for TNA, though. I'm just going to say that right now. Be a great pick-me-up for TNA. Get signed Shelton Benjamin and Mickie James. I'm just going to say that right now. Or hell, Kaylee Burchill in her old gimmick. What was it, Nikita or something? I don't even remember what it was. Something from Girl Fight or something that promote that all-female promotion, Girl Fight or whatever it's called. And Kung Funaki being released. Come on, it's fucking Funaki, man. I mean, they don't really use Funaki much anymore, but he was awesome back in the day. SmackDown's #1 announcer, Funaki. I miss that, man. It'd be great for TNA too, to be honest. Funaki, just get rid of the Kung Funaki gimmick and he'd be great. Hell, bring back Kai and Tai for the hell of it. We can figure out this much. But Slam Master J. Now when I first said this didn't make sense to me, but it kind of makes sense now, because as you know, he was Jesse from Jesse and Festus, and ever since Festus switched to Luke Gallows, Slam Master J really hadn't gotten much exposure anymore. Plus, they haven't used him as much after they changed him to Slam Master J and Crime Time, broke up or whatever. So it kind of makes sense that they're doing some of these releases. Jimmy Wang Yang, to be honest, I liked him more when he was a Kyo. And yes, it's the same guy. A Kyo is Jimmy Wang Yang. But, oh well, WWE is being retarded. Just getting rid of these people. Okay, but a few hours later, they release Mike Knox. Which, to be honest, Mike Knox should have won a title. I'm just going to say that. He was probably a top contender for a title, in my book. Hell, without Mike Knox, we wouldn't have had Kelly Kelly. I'm just going to say that right now. We might have had Kelly Kelly, but seriously, when the dating storyline was pretty cool, to be honest. But, oh well, man. WWE is just releasing people left and right. We'll probably see a lot more of these in the near future. Now, like I said before, Mickie James, Shelton Benjamin, heck, even Funaki would be a good pick for TNA. But now you'll kind of, since this is the Monday Night Wars coming on, you'll kind of see a lot more of those superstars being released, a lot more of those superstars going to TNA, or TNA superstars being released, and vice versa going to WWE. But we don't really know, to be honest. We'll only see what happens from here. But as of now, let me just say it one more time. Mickie James, Kaylee Burchell, Shelton Benjamin, Kung Funaki, Slam Master J, Jimmy Wang Yang, and Mike Knox have been released. That's really sad. At least it isn't like a 20 superstar release like maybe in 05, 06 from the first draft. And that was pretty shocking at the time. But we'll just see what happens. WWE's probably fucking themselves over. We'll see what happens. Hopefully they release John Cena. That would be awesome.